Today, the at-home show celebrates the spookiest, the creepiest, and the scariest day of the year. It's Halloween, and we honor our very own Cyclops, David Bates. Get well soon, my friend. Are you ready? Let the show begin. Live from the Green Room Studios, from the spacious property of Bates Nursery and Garden Center, 3810 Whites Creek Pike, it's the At Home Show with Josh Cary and David Bates.
Oh, happy Halloween. It's the At Home Show, October 30th edition. Very weird, very weird. But we're going to be here for you, folks. You notice that Senor Bates is absent. He is on the IR this week. He is experiencing some more problems with his eyeballs. So we're going to be here, but we're going to continue to do the at-home program. I'm going to start everything out. You want to do the weather?
It's raining. Okay. Yeah, it's raining right now. It's going to rain through about 10, and then it's just going to be cloudy. So if you want to trick or treat today, you're probably going to be good. Okay. And then next week, not going to rain until Thursday. Going to start out warm, and it's going to get kind of chilly.
It's November.
Yes.
At that point.
Basically, that's all you need to say. It's November. No, in all seriousness, it's going to be like 64 tomorrow, 60 on Monday, and then the low 50s Tuesday and Wednesday, and then 48 by Thursday for a high. And it's going to get below freezing. It's going to get below freezing. The low is supposed to be 30. And then 29 on Saturday. What the heck's going on?
It's getting to be wintertime.
Yeah, I don't like that.
All right, folks, it's your Saturday morning tradition. It's the At-Home Show. We're here for you from the Green Room Studios at Bates Nursery and Garden Center. And we've got a cast of folks in here this morning. We're going to be talking about the plants in the house and around the house and everything. If you look to the right, you've got Austin over here. He's here for us. Over at the display table, I was taken to task for calling it the kitty table, but at the display table, we have Ben and Cary over there. And if you notice, ladies and gentlemen, a very special feature, we're gonna, how they tell you to tease things.
Yes.
Later in the program, there's going to be an over-the-top rope battle royal, hair versus hair, loser leaves town, pumpkin carving contest.
I wonder how hardcore they'd be if the loser lost their job and couldn't be on the job.
You stop it right now.
Okay. But along with that, we're just going to continue to have the show. Again, best wishes to our buddy David. He is down for the count for today, but he will be back up and with us soon. People remember that he lives over in the hysteric district in west part of Nashville.
The hysteric district?
Yeah, the hysteric district.
They get upset very easy?
And his house, they give out king-size Snicker bars. I mean, the big Mama Jammas. Everybody gets at least two. I mean, he's got them, so they're ready to roll. Folks, we're here for you, 615-499-6690 if you want to call and leave a message. Of course, you can reach out at our Instagram and get the question in there. You can look at the At Home Show with Josh Cary and David Bates Facebook page, and you can post a question there as well. Michael will be monitoring that this morning, and we're here for you. And that having been said, everybody introduce yourself and say hi to the viewers.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Good morning.
Okay. Go around the room. Cary, to your right. Who have we got sitting in this morning?
Who is that?
Mm-hmm. I'm Ben. Ben Tripp.
Yes.
Been hovering around here for a couple years and finally get asked up here to carve some pumpkins and show my real talent.
That's not necessarily why you were invited in. You guys did a fantastic Bates Nursery Botanical Boot Camp show, and it was called The Little Shop of Horrors 2. Okay. And you featured a bunch of spooky plants, so we'll be talking about those in a minute. And then, of course, Austin knows everything, and he'll tell us about everything that
He does know everything.
He knows everything.
Just everything. It's wild.
I learn every day.
And that's a good thing to do. But so since that's having been said, Cary, do you have a question ready for us?
Real quick. Holding. Okay. So this comes from Swanson Ebert. My mums are brown. Any chance I can save them, or are they done? Ooh, sounds spooky.
Well, that's kind of mums for you. I don't know if you mean the whole plant's brown or just the blooms, because the blooms go brown. That's what they do. They bloom, and then they're showy for a couple weeks, and then they senesce and drop off. So
they do what?
They senesce. So they die, if you will.
Oh, okay.
They're
So
fall
is that
off,
the
really.
opposite
Fancy
of
word for
finesse?
death.
It's very polite.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
But your plant probably is not dead. I mean, if you have leaves that are green, you can probably keep that mum. I mean, if you want to, some mums and a lot of mums come back year to year. So if you want to, take all those blooms and cut them off and plant that thing in the ground, or put it in a bigger pot, leave it outside, whatever, it'll probably come back. It's probably not dead. Like I said, it's probably just the blooms that are brown.
Now, they'll take over, too. They'll get quite large depending upon the variety, don't they?
Yeah, some of them do. There's a perennial mum that we sell called Sheffield Pink. That's an excellent perennial mum that makes this mound mass of a plant. I mean, it gets very, very large. Blooms these real dainty pink blooms in the fall. It's a really good one to grow if you really want a perennial mum. And like I said, a lot of mums will come back for a year to year. That's not always the case. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But if the blooms are brown, cut them off, put them in the dirt, it'll probably live.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Now, Cary, you were going to send me some pictures. Those haven't come through there, so you might want to send those again.
Try that again.
But as we move along through the program here, and again, the pumpkin carving contest is coming up. And Michael, will you be participating in the pumpkin carving contest?
I'll talk some crap about them
You will.
and how bad they are, but
What?
So it's kind of the thing in pro wrestling. I'm going to be the heel commentator.
Oh, okay.
Done. I like it.
So
Just don't make Ben cry.
The Tony Schiavone? Yeah.
no. I'll be
You're gonna be the
I'll be
cornet?
Bobby the Brain.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Bobby the Brain Heenan, man, or Paul.
Heyman would work. Heyman would work. You kind of resemble him anyway.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, that's David. David resembles him.
615-499-6690. That's here for us. Now, while you're doing that, Cary, I want to go around. Right in front of me is that fern-looking plant has really caught my eye, Austin. What is this one? This one?
This here?
Yeah, these right there.
That's Amsonia. That is an excellent fall color plant. It's a perennial. It drops dormant every year, so you're not going to see anything over the wintertime. It's not like a shrub, although it grows fast enough to almost look like a shrub by the end of the season. Really, really best used in mass. So getting a nice backdrop for a perennial, planting a whole bunch together really makes a scene. And yellow to orange fall color. That's it's truly stunning. I mean, really, it's an excellent perennial for fall show, and it gives you a little source. So
now, how tall will that get?
It'll get 3 by 3 every season, pretty much. I mean, from the ground, it'll get that big. And like I said, whenever you use this in mass, it really creates a good fall show. So that's why Joy decorated this week, which is Joy's our perennial master down there.
She does that every year.
She does. She's really good.
Perennially good. But and folks, you do need to come out to Bates and see. Coming in every week, it's really cool to say. Now this mucky, rainy morning, you walking through, and as I'm driving through, coming from the gate, you can see the fall color just on display. The trees are turning, the shrubs are turning. I mean, it is really, really neat to see out here this morning. So you make your way out to the nursery at some point in time.
Yeah, and if you're driving around town and you're seeing all the fall color around, and you're trying to figure out what that plant is that's got that color, snap a picture of it, bring it out here, and we
probably got one.
Odds are we probably got it. Yeah.
Well, and the reason I bring that up is because all of these that have this fall color, if you want to see what it's going to look like, now's the time, because I got a feeling after this 29-degree day that we've got coming out.
What?
we're going to have some sticks. I mean, again, buying trees and it's hard to visualize what they actually are.
Cary, what he meant is next Friday the low is 29.
We didn't get that far in the weather, so I didn't know that.
Yes, we did.
Oh, you weren't
Cary.
listening.
You didn't hear.
Sorry, I was pre-planning my pumpkin carving, I guess.
Oh, okay. But in the wintertime, it's hard to see. I mean, you can look at the little tag and the pictures that are on them, but today would be the day to see that fall color, and through the first part of the week, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got stuff lit up out here. I mean, it's ready to go. If you're wanting to see some fall stuff, yeah, it's time. Because like you said, man, I don't know, a week or two, you probably won't see many leaves on trees anymore.
All right, 615-499-6690. Cary, do we have another question?
Oh, we do. This comes from Donald C. Grooves. I need to trim dead branches off of Magnolia. I'm trying to rehab. What's a good time?
Well, first step in a rehab is to admit that you have a problem, and it seems
is.
like he
And
has done so.
I think he has announced that.
So,
If you ever have dead limbs that need to be pruned, there's almost any time you can do that. I mean, really, when it comes to Magnolia as well, I mean, if you got limbs that don't have leaves on them and they're looking rough and you need to cut them, go ahead and cut them. I mean, there's not like a perfect time of year to do it or a bad time of year to do it. Just do it. So if you
Let's do it.
Get it done.
I mean, Ben, what do you think? I mean, pretty much any time, right? I'm cutting a Magnolia if it's got dead limbs.
If it ain't green, it can go.
Yeah.
and it's not serving any purpose at that point other than a perch for a bird, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
All right.
Firewood.
All right.
Or looking spooky. I don't know.
And speaking
Staying on
of spooky, let's start the extended edition of the Little Shop of Horrors part 2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
2.5,
yeah.
2.5.
3 will be next year.
Yeah.
It's going to be even bigger and scarier. So I brought in some. I heard somebody laugh at that. I don't know who it was. Very scary houseplants. So don't get too scared, Josh. This one right here is a black ZZ. Its name is Raven. So, kind of goes with the bird, the darkness. Thank you for getting that pot out of the shot. We'll save that for later.
That's the catch pot for the carvings.
Yes, it is.
Producer's note.
So don't lose that, Ben.
Turn it down, Caroline. Let's see the black.
I was like, what?
Certainly
Turn
black.
my mic down?
No.
Yes, it is.
It's black.
Look at it up in the light. We do have spooky red light over here today. Yeah, it is black. I think when we got him in, Ben maybe asked me if we got anything cool, and I said we got some black ZZs.
I
and
didn't
he
believe
said,
it.
no, we didn't.
No.
And out of the garden center because they were so scary and spooky. And then another dark goth plant, if you will, that we have up on my left is this dragon's tooth alocasia. So if you wanted to have a spooky dark corner in your home, maybe for Sunday, Halloween that's coming up, you could come in and get a couple very dark, very scary houseplants.
Now go to the ZZs again. Now what is that, a family of plants, ZZ, or is that just like a common name, or the Raven?
Yeah, I mean the Raven is the darker leafed one. It's harder to find. This is actually the first time we've gotten them here at Bates Nursery. Normally they are just green, like a darker green. Some are a little bit lighter. So
It's a very easy houseplant to grow. It's a low light. I mean, it prefers more light, but it can handle lower light scenarios. It can handle hardly any water, to be honest. I own one of these actually at the house. I've got it. It's still sitting outside. And it's been fine. I'm getting ready to move it in. Obviously, we're about to get cold, so all of us have to think about bringing in those houseplants. I know we've got them out.
I have so many.
I do too, and they got to
Anyone
come in
wants to come
somewhere.
out. Yep.
Well, I put my
Find a spot.
I put mine that wasn't supposed to come back in.
Oh, you put her back outside.
I put it back outside.
Oh,
What
that
was her
hydrangea
name?
we talked about.
Yeah, I did, but it's in a protected. I put it in the stairwell at the basement that goes to the basement, so it'll be protected on all 4 sides.
Okay.
We'll still get about. I think we'll probably end up with about 4 hours of sun because they're directly overhead.
That's okay. With plants that go dormant, sun isn't all that crucial over the wintertime. There's no leaves. There's no photosynthesis happening. It's just dormant.
Makes perfect sense.
It's
Yeah.
sleeping.
It is. So
Taking a nap.
Back to the spooky.
Back to the spooky plants. That's
spooky.
right.
Okay. That's
Segue
kind
to
of spooky.
shrubs.
We don't want to go into space.
We don't. So we do have one more goth plant up here in front. I'm going to reach over and grab it. Ooh, here she is. So this is a black velvet alocasia. So in the same family as the dragon's tooth, that we just looked at, just a lot smaller. And I don't know if you can see the detail on the leaves, but it has this nice velvety leaf, hence the name. It's black and it's velvety. And I put it in this nice orange pot. So if you're looking for some, Halloween colors, that black and orange, that would be a great.
I like that pot.
Do you? We just got it in from Pottery Market from Karen Enlow, who we had on the show a few weeks ago.
Absolutely.
Hi, Karen, if you're watching. Hello. So with these alocasia, they can handle lower light, not as low as the ZZ. They do like indirect light. They don't like direct sunlight. It'll burn the leaves, cause them to brown. They'll get spots. I'd say also a pretty easy plant, not as easy as the ZZ, but fairly low maintenance. They like to dry out between waterings, and they're pretty cool. I've had one for about 10 years, so that's giant now.
It's another one that's really just leafy, and whenever it's dry, it'll kind of show you.
Yeah.
It'll just kind of lay down a little.
Lay down. And they do tend to shed their older leaves look natural, and you just trim them off. I do get a lot of questions about that. People think their plant's dying, but they just naturally shed old leaves.
So just move them on and move them out.
That's right. And then it's going to, grow new babies.
All righty.
Ben, what do you have over there?
Well, I guess this, we got some shrubs over here. So anything here on the table, leave it outside for the winter. Don't bring it inside, or else,
Josh,
you'll really scare it dead. But this Lakothway over here, that's kind of the same texture as the ZZ, and that's a variety of a Tennessee native. A little bit picky about where it goes, but in the winter, one thing it consistently does is change that purple color, kind of like crossvine. And it's a really wild purple color with that white tip on the rainbow.
It's pretty.
It's kind of neat to see. It'll probably do it more in the sunnier spot exposure.
That's kind of, and then that color scheme is really interesting.
Yeah. We do have purple lights, but it's purple.
Give it a wiggle, Ben. See if you can pull it back and get it into the light a little bit.
It's a classic.
Step into the light.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's a good shade lover, right, Ben?
Good shade lover. Usually you see them kind of in creekside, rocky creekside areas. Semi-vining, evergreen shrub.
What's the common name, Ben? Tell him.
Lakothway?
No, the common name.
Oh, the common name? Dog hobble, or at least that was the one that I learned.
Dog hobble?
Dog hobble.
never
I've heard
heard that
Fetterbush,
before.
but dog hobble is kind of an Appalachian interpretation.
You'd have to draw that out a little bit further, though, Brandon. It'd be dog holler.
Dog hobble.
Dog holler. Okay.
Yeah, lost a coonhound once.
I've identified that plant in Gatlinburg once in the woods. It's native there. I've seen it. It's a rangy, wild little growing shrub.
Yeah, they probably don't look like that, but
No,
usually green leaves on them too. So it's a nice, attractive, a little bit spooky all year.
That's what we like.
And then right next to it, that's Physocarpus. So this is a 9-bark. And last year we did Little Devil, which was an easy plug for spooky plants. This one's Little Joker. So we're continuing with the costume themes here.
Got little bitty leaves.
Little bitty
Yeah,
leaves,
she's
little
tiny.
bitty plants. It's that kind of scale.
Little bitty flowers.
Yeah, it almost looks like a little bonsai in your garden. These will lose their leaves in the winter, but then they have peel and bark on them. So it's kind of neat.
How big is it going to get, Ben?
I think this one should stay under 2 feet.
Very good.
Yeah. 4 foot, but most people trim them back.
Well, the thing is, regular 9-bark, it's 6-8 foot.
Oh, 10 foot maybe.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's pretty small for a 9-bark.
Yeah.
She's
Yes.
cute.
Purple all year, which is something that people rave about. Yeah.
What's to your right there? Look at those leaves that are like immediately to your right.
Which one?
That one.
This one?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, this is Illuminati Tower.
Illuminati.
I usually like to put it behind me so that it kind of has a shadow looming over, but that's a mock orange, believe it or not. Something that I think really doesn't have a ton of landscape potential, just regular mock orange, but they're trying to get this into a more structural shape. Blooms will just coat this in the spring on the stems. So
What color are the blooms?
white.
And they smell good.
Yep, they
Really?
smell really nice.
Smell really good, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to
Yeah.
buy all the plants.
Yeah,
Those leaves are so tight, too.
they're so tight. Yeah, this has got to be a sport or a mutation or something off of mock orange. But it's a real. I've only seen it maybe last year. I think was the first year.
Does it have spines?
No.
What's that?
Does it have spines?
No.
No. Okay.
No, the two in front here do have
That
thorns.
scary one does,
Yeah,
though.
barberry. This is evergreen barberry in the front. That's got about 3-inch hypodermic needle type spires, just like pyracantha.
So a do-it-yourself security system.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Put it under your beloved one's window, and no one will
Or
be in there.
under your daughter's window so she can't sneak out or
I'll do
sneak
that.
have visitors.
No
Yeah,
one can
I've
get
got a
in
little
or
boy,
out.
but he's so cute. I'll take any precaution I can. Yeah.
He is pretty cute. You're right.
Very good.
Now, what's that one right there?
That is a contorted quince, which is something we really don't see a lot of. I think it's more of a collector's plant. But the thorns themselves are contorted. So it's kind of unique. It'll bloom red, typically in the wintertime. But the thorns themselves are curled. So, they're really not pokey anymore, but it's just a real interesting specimen plant. Just contorted quince.
It's already dormant too.
Already dormant. We did have one in on our spooky plants second original with blooms on them, and they're usually blood red. So,
It's a perfect Halloween plant.
yep, on bare stems.
I want all of those except for the barberry
Why not?
because I don't like them.
Oh,
You don't like barberries?
No, I don't.
They were part of that starter kit, though. I mean, it was 2 nandinas, a barberry, and a silver maple. That was the go-to for all the contractors, at least in Rutherford County. I don't know if they did it up here, but they were around for years.
oh yeah.
I mean, they
it's
look
still-
good. They're just kind of evil. I've run into them a lot. As a kid.
And you don't like those thorns either, do you?
No, they have bit me probably 100 times because I never learned my lesson.
Okay, now you have one that I have caused demise on. You have a pitcher plant up there on the table.
You've killed a pitcher plant?
I killed it dead.
I killed it dead.
Dead.
Yes, I do. Let me come over and grab it. All right. We actually have a little video up, I believe on our Instagram page. I did a little spot on this. This one, the Judith Hindle pitcher plant. She can actually live outside here in Tennessee. I have one. But they're cool because they'll attract bugs down into the little pitchers. And then they digest them. I talked about a Venus flytrap a couple months ago on the show. And actually, here's one with a bug in it. I don't know if we'll be able to see it. I was
That's
cleaning.
breakfast.
It's breakfast. That's right. Might have been a couple weeks ago. I was cleaning some of these the other day in the garden center, and I cut one, and I was like, "Whoa, there's something big inside that one." And I opened it up, and it was like a huge bee that it had caught, and it was just the pieces that were Halloween. You're not gonna be able to see this on camera, but Ben can. Are you scared?
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's like dried pieces of dead bug.
Yummy.
I know. What a good snack.
High in protein and low
I
in
was going to
calories.
shake it on Ben, but I decided not to.
It's definitely not vegan then.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Okay.
If you are on a vegan diet, it might not be the plant for you, but
Well, you don't
helps
eat
with
the
blood
plants.
control.
I mean,
Yeah, but if you I don't know, you might want to not want to go with that. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not vegan, so I don't know.
Alrighty, and yes, the yard boy is watching this morning, and yes, we have his product placement on the front of the laptop. Thank you for the sticker. You can get the yard boy if you. He's an old friend of the program here, so and we've got some other people in here too to watch the show. We appreciate that. And you're looking. Have we had any questions on the page?
Not
or
yet.
on the comments? Hey,
Waiting,
come on,
waiting,
folks.
waiting.
Alrighty, Cary, I think we have time here to probably talk about Bates Nursery and Garden Center. So everybody chime in, and they don't have a vested interest. These folks work here. Tyler and Ben and Cary and Austin all work here. Michael and I come in for a visit every week, and we're privileged to do so. But folks, this is the finest garden center that I'm aware of in Middle Tennessee in the Independence, and it is it's acres of stuff to see, as we've already talked about. You've got great fall color. It's displayed properly. The garden center is spectacular. The indoor plant section is worth the trip out here just to take a look to see it too. It is 0.9 miles or a mile, depending upon which gate you go into.
It's a mile.
It's 0.9 miles. North of Briley Parkway at exit 19.
The official copy is a mile.
I don't care about the officials.
Well, then we'll let David know when he gets back.
I've
All
told him
right.
this for years. He knows that. music playing. It's pleasant. You're going to have folks that are going to be able to help you. You can get the entire array of Earth Mix garden products here, as well as the stuff. You can get it in bulk. You can buy it in a bag. You can get all we talk about Espoma and a lot of the other fertilizers that come in here. Garden Center's got all that. They've got tools. You got little things that you can move the big potted plants around on, little carts. I mean, it's just a neat place to come and shop. And now the current hours, you're not open on Sundays anymore?
Oh,
Yeah, we are.
We
We're still
are.
open.
Okay.
12 to 4. Yeah.
We'll be here tomorrow.
We'll be here
12 to 4.
tomorrow.
And they open at 9 today.
Yes, so we are open on Halloween.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Discounts for folks in costume?
No, I don't think so.
High five.
No,
No.
But please wear a
it's
costume.
not in the
That'd be great.
newsletter. It's not official.
Not official.
It's
Some
not a-
employees dress up out here. Actually.
Yes,
that
they
would-
do. Tyler was a butterfly last year,
It was
I'm
a little
outed.
flutterby.
Yep.
and I hope he does it again. Oh.
Okay, it's 876-1014, and you can call them anytime. You can go out and shop on the web, and they've got a great internet service. I mean, they'll have your order ready most of the time if you give them a minute or two to get it ready. But folks, it's worth the drive from anywhere or everywhere to come out to Bates Nursery and Garden Center.
Yeah, I mean, one thing you find out here, I think the biggest thing for us is that we're all plant nerds. Like,
You love what
we
you do.
love plants. We talk them all the time. My boy Benny over there, who we brought on the show today, which I'm glad we did, is me and him nerd out for been an hour easy on plants.
Yeah, I
I mean,
think we embarrass customers.
we do.
sometimes, Yeah.
So if you ever come out here and you just want to talk plants, want to know stuff, we're happy to help you. We really love talking plants.
And if it's a problem, take a picture, bring it in. If you want to have something designed, really helps to have accurate drawings if you're going to do that, but at least give somebody an idea of the scale by taking a picture of the front, the side, the back. Let them all see what's going on, so they can see the light conditions. And maybe, this is not 4 feet. Okay. Yeah. This is not 6 feet almost. You have to be with plants. It's not an exact science on where you put them and place them, but these folks will help you get it in the right place the first time.
Yeah, Ben over there actually has a degree in landscape design at UT Knoxville. That's what he went to school for.
Ball for life, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball for life.
Okay. Did you go to Kastner?
No, Knoxville.
No, I mean at the College of Agricultural Sciences.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
and Natural
Kastner. I
Resource.
forgot. People always ask me what Kastner means when I wear my shirt because it's a big old acronym to explain.
Well, and it is.
It's
I've
a
got
beautiful
one, too.
campus.
It absolutely, and you're that part of the college is right over on the river, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And they've got a big garden there, which is a great resource for all their students. And I mean, the whole university uses the garden, so it's real nice.
Good turf program up there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, the garden is worth a drive to Knoxville to go see. And I'd love to be. I've not been up there when it was in all full glory. It's either right before or right after. But my daughter goes to UT. She's at the vet school in Kastner.
All right. Awesome school.
Now, Cary, you sent some of these pictures. I'll be able to get them
Yes, I
pulled
did.
up
While
here.
you're pulling them up, I'll go ahead and bring up our question that relates to those. Oh, hold on, I'm on the wrong. Somebody sing a song while I'm doing this. Fill the time. Nope.
Time is fleet.
I found out a
Oh,
cemetery
there it
is apparently in the middle of our median down our neighborhood.
Really?
Yeah.
The median or the large?
Wow.
In the median, yeah. So now it makes sense why we have a split road. Like if you turn down my road, like there's one side that goes up and another comes down, and a big grassy median in between. We're like, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool. Apparently, there's a cemetery in there.
Okay. And we got some
That's
purple
cool.
flowers.
You do have some purple flowers. All right. This comes from I Love Lucy 53.
Mm-hmm.
She does say the asters we planted a year ago were beautiful this year, but became so tall and top heavy they fell over into the yard. Any suggestions on growing these? Is it normal for them to become that top heavy and bend over?
Well, I'd have to ask a question
And
to
do
Lucy.
we prune them back once the blooms are gone?
Now, Lucy, why would Lucy have a net over these?
Oh, she does deer netting
Oh, okay.
to keep them away.
All right. Trying to catch the deer?
Yes, trapping. Mm-hmm.
Well, this seems like one of those scenarios to where your plant's doing too good, almost. I mean,
So
what you
good
going to
job.
do? I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. It's loaded with blooms. That's what we want with asters, obviously. But whenever they get that big and they get that heavy, they tend to want to flop a little bit. So,
especially in a thunderstorm.
yes, exactly. The wind and the rain lays them down a little bit, but really, when you have a plant that you want to plant and then you get something like that, I mean, that's fantastic. Look at that thing; it's beautiful. And what do y'all think? I don't know that I would even touch that.
I love it. How it looks,
I kind of like the way it looks. If you don't like it, then you can surely cut it. But I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. That's what we want out of a plant. So let that thing be beautiful for the next couple weeks, and then after it's done, just give it shave off its old blooms, and just let it be a plant, that's going to go dormant soon, and then you can just cut it back, and it's going to re-show up in the spring. But at the moment, I mean, like I said, I
think it's gorgeous myself. Now, again, it almost looks like a mound at that point it is gorgeous. Very, very pretty.
I mean, that's a showy front porch shrub.
We need some ivy going up that wrought iron rail. What do you suggest for that, though?
I don't know about ivy. It looks kind of sunny.
Or some sort of...
I'm thinking clematis.
Clematis
Over there. That's a pretty front porch, though. You got your mums up there full show. That's a pretty little scene you've got going on. So
now the babies that are right there on either side in the corners up against the brick there, they're going to get tall. They almost looks like something that's with a fastigate type of a thing. Maybe that mock orange. Now, the mock orange might look good there with that tall.
Oh yeah, in the spring.
I don't know though. People want the evergreen up there next to the porch. I don't know if that's an upright. Can you see that, Ben? Was it upright boxwood?
Or maybe a Steve's holly or upright boxwood.
Well, Lucy can they bring it up a little bit bigger. But we got the Nandinas, so we can see them going up there too. But the asters are gorgeous. Absolutely
gorgeous. Yeah, let them be.
It's almost like a mum that can last a little longer.
Yeah, and it perennializes.
Yeah, same plant family, so real similar look.
But then clematis up there, that would be pretty. Climber rose, maybe.
Climbing rose, maybe.
It'd be a little tough on the.
May not want to put your
fall down.
Alrighty. And any other questions that we have on the
Instagram? We do. We've got 3 more questions.
Okay.
This comes from Raina's doll. What are some good berry bushes besides blue, black, and raspberries?
Berry bushes besides those. Gosh, Benny, what you got? I mean, those are the big.
Stumped.
We
those
haven't
are the
gotten
big
in
3.
a while. I had goji berry, and that thing grew like a weed. I mean, they're not. Most
Ben
people don't
loves
want to
his
eat them, but it grows.
You had one at your house, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that thing was 4 feet tall. Yep.
goji berry.
Goji berry, yeah. Goji.
It's a antioxidant. People put it in their shakes.
It tastes horrible though. Let's be honest. The actual
Austin
fruit,
it's
like a tomato without all the flavor.
but it's tiny. They're not anywhere near the size of a tomato.
Yeah.
It's a rangy. I mean, it's a really good growing shrub. That's for sure.
Got thorns on it, so it is a spooky bush.
Tiny little red berries, but like I said, they fresh. They taste horrible.
Yeah,
we're not going to lie to you.
Well, grapes. I mean, I've had a lot of luck now.
Grapes.
I mean, that may not be a bush, but grapes. I mean, muscadines are American native. Kind of a piece of cake, really.
Yeah,
what
grapes
about
are pretty easy.
huckleberries and winterberries? Does anybody know about that?
We don't really get them.
No, we don't really. I think they're more of a northern.
So we talking carried at the nursery here? Is that what we're talking?
Yeah, I mean things that we're gonna sell. I mean Ben made a good point with grapes. Is certainly grow some grapes. You're obviously gonna need a good sized trellis system. They get have
fungicide and growing grapes is quite an expedition. I would say.
I wouldn't be.
It's a true hobby.
I would lean towards muscadines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean either way though.
Is that what you have?
I'm growing Triumph muscadine right now.
Oh,
Okay.
Purple one?
I know we saw those.
It's kind of bronzy green. It's definitely on the wider end of the grape spectrum, but it when you eat it, it's got some tannins in it. It's a little bitter. Kind of tastes like wine already.
Oh,
So I think it's good.
Fancy.
It's a good one for turning into bevies that have percentages in them.
Make you some
a
ice
party
wine
plant,
soon.
if you will. What about beautyberry?
Oh yeah, but I didn't really think about that because we sell it more for ornamental.
Yeah, that's not
can.
something.
You can eat it.
Well,
Is it
I've
good,
seen
though?
a recipe for
It's
beautyberry
okay.
jam.
Is it?
And it was about as purple as these lights are. I mean, it was uncomfortably
It probably
purple jam.
tastes better than a goji berry, I would say.
You have to add a bunch of sugar. Yeah. But
when you're making
Beautyberry's
jam,
edible.
that's one of the
You
key
already do that.
ingredients. So,
The sugar.
but the muscadines are did they grow in an understory, or you just put them out, or do
No,
you have to
full
trellis?
sun.
Full sun?
Site selection is kind of crucial for the grapes and the muscadines. They do not like it wet, and we, as y'all know, we're a pretty wet state. So don't put them in like a low-lying wet area, like a nice hillside where water drains. Is way better when it comes to growing grapes. So, and grapes really grow okay here. I mean, I went to MTSU, and we had at the farm we had a whole mess of grapes. I mean, like an acre full of grapes. It was Concords, which is
Right.
a good table eating grape, more so than making wine out of. You still can, but they did great. I harvested them every year. I mean, we had
Mogan
huge
David
crops.
made a Concord wine that you had a pop tap on it or something like that. But did you go to the Ag Barn? I mean, were you out there when the Ag Barn was still out there, but where they've built the it's a palace out there at Middle now.
Oh, really? It's been a long time since I've been back there, but I was there. When I first got there, we worked at the dairy facility, and then at the dairy facility, we created our own working farm, so where the horticulture department got to go out and literally grow everything you wanted to grow. So it was pretty cool.
Very good, very good. Now, folks, we're going to be, you see the pumpkins, and everybody's getting warmed up over there because it's a pumpkin carving contest is going to be coming up here in just a few minutes. Now, Michael, are we going to have to set some ground rules on the pumpkin carving contest?
Well, I suppose you can't interfere with the other person's carving, and
So keep your hands to yourself.
yeah, and
Okay.
I don't know. Do you guys have a fair disbursement of tools?
It's okay. We'll be fine.
Negative.
All right,
We'll make it
Okay, so
work.
they've agreed.
So then no stealing other people's tools.
There
Now, we
might be
know-
a fight. I don't know.
Well, and then you
We have
notice
5 minutes.
You notice that they have pre-prepped the pumpkins. Now they have removed all the guts from said pumpkins at this point. in
flies.
time.
Most of them.
Most of the
Maybe not
gut.
all.
Okay, so one thing, throwing of guts will be an instantaneous disqualification, I believe. So-
Okay.
okay. There are a few flies over there because some of them might not. One of the pumpkins is a little riper than the other pumpkin was pumpkined, so things are going on there. Other than that, the ground rules. Now, Tyler, you're the official timekeeper, so it is a 5-minute time limit.
Oh,
5 minutes.
more
that's
than I
it.
thought.
That's a long time.
Okay.
So
Well,
if I finish before Ben, do I get a
I can
prize?
change it if you want.
no.
Use
We're
your time
gonna.
if you have
I'm
it.
good with 5 minutes.
No, because there will be a whoever loses will have to do the time warp. I mean, we were going to try to do that. And
No dancing allowed.
no dancing is allowed.
dancing allowed.
Why is no dancing allowed?
Just not enough room.
You got to
Somebody
dream
might
it
get
and
hurt.
be it. Okay, yeah, as it were.
We
But
greased the floor.
Yes.
Well,
the floor has been buttered.
You could also just make them do the truffle shuffle.
the truffle.
There's definitely not enough room for that.
You never seen the Goonies?
Yes,
Then why is this lost on you?
it's been. I think I saw the Goonies when it came out in the movie theater, Michael. I mean, originally.
That was a
Josh.
while ago.
That's a minute or two.
Well, you need to see it again.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It was almost spooky. And I don't do spooky. I don't do spooky movies, period.
Oh,
Really?
This isn't even close to spooky.
They got that dude, man, with the head and the whole 9 yards and the thing in the back.
So
So, give a kid a trauma.
you were like what, 50 when that came out?
No, I was well
And
into
you're
my
still
adult
scared
ages.
of it.
Yeah. No, Goonies was Goonies. It's a Spielberg thing, so it's all good. So,
Did you watch E.T.?
yes,
How can you watch
That was
E.T.
scary.
and then you wouldn't watch the Goonies?
E.T. made me cry. Okay,
Me too.
yeah, you can't watch E.T. without crying.
I just thought it was a silly movie. But
It
what
did
about
scare-
Gremlins?
Gremlins, I thought was stupid.
Oh,
Again,
Josh.
that's a scary movie.
Okay, you don't feed them and you don't get them wet, right?
After midnight.
After midnight.
Yeah.
Okay.
That movie's great. You've insulted this side of the
What
room.
about Tremors?
Tremors is great.
Tremors is a classic. That's not really.
He's sitting here. He
like
doesn't like
Halloween.
scary movies.
That's
and like it's,
science fiction. I mean, it's not Freddy coming down from the ceiling in the sheetrock and.
we might have a surprise then.
All right, it's carving time. Let's get carving.
Okay, we're going
one
off the rails.
thing. One of the rules is that we can't pre-draw. So just so everyone knows, this is all freehand.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to turn mine around then.
Well, mine's rotten, so I
Okay.
don't want to carve the rotten side.
Well,
All right.
Now,
Are you still okay with 5 minutes?
originality will be judged, and the overall quality of the finished product after the 5-minute time limit is will come into play. So don't just never mind. Can't say that word. Let's do our best.
Watch your mouth, Josh.
Let's be very careful with the sharp objects that are over there. And
Try not to get too excited.
Tyler, and we will be
The little one.
okay. Little one.
We can share.
Okay. On your mark.
Whoa. Got to put the clock up.
Okay.
Yeah, come on, Josh.
I'm giving you. I
right.
was giving you
Are you
time.
Back
getting
the clock.
nervous?
On your mark. Get set. Okay. Switch pumpkins. Now you have to switch the pumpkins. Switch them.
Why?
Switch them.
Why are you doing
I'm the judge.
minute.
Mine's already
Okay.
got a design on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, he
No,
pre-
it doesn't.
Oh, okay.
You're disqualified, Ben.
Okay. Switchy pumpkins.
So I already won. Ooh.
On go.
Oh, that
There it
was
is.
intense.
You better go.
I don't know where
Don't
to
do anything
start.
that'll
Okay.
scare
The plunging has started.
Neither
Okay,
one's going to win because they're slow as heck.
Oh, we've got a lefty.
Hush.
Okay, we've got a southpaw out
Shut it,
there
Michael.
carving. So, and let's keep it all moving through here at a good
Are we going to
pace.
get a time call midway?
No, you got to look up and watch the timer.
Oh, you've only got you got 4 minutes 36 seconds to go.
Oh my God.
Look
Not
at
how
the
we track.
technique that they're using, Michael. Look at the technique.
They look like a couple of Cub Scouts that just started
I
a
got the
troop.
first piece out.
First guts are gone.
Okay.
It appears that Cary is going to go for the traditional. If I were going to be guessing, she's going for the traditional
going-
Jack
Am I?
O' Lantern.
If she is, she's going to lose on originality. No one
about to
cares
say
about
that.
those.
Oh my gosh, Michael, I'm going to come over there and slap you in a second.
She's got a knife too today, by
I
the way.
do. It's small, but I have a good knife over here.
Oh, yeah.
I got
that's
too
also,
into that.
trying
Now
to
I'm.
get
Ben has got some concentration going on there. He's working on the semi-rotted pumpkin.
We're going to need silence.
No.
There's no silence.
More
You have to
noise.
work under pressure.
Oh,
It's a little frenetic
these
going
eyes
on
are
there.
so even.
Getting a hand cramp.
Do you need to take a break?
No, there's no timeouts.
Yeah, there's no bananas available. There's no water,
Oranges and
no oranges, no breakfast. You just go.
M&Ms and grapefruit juice. Give them to the kids
wait,
before
don't
the
look at
softball games.
I didn't look at yours.
Don't be
Now
looking
I'm
at her
like,
pumpkin.
oh, I
Don't be
looked
looking at the pumpkin. Don't be looking at her pumpkin or his pumpkin.
Eyes to yourself.
Right, there's a certain intensity. Ben is very intense as he's approaching.
Ben's got on the Al from Home Improvement flannel today.
Oh,
If you tuned into the webinar, he was a scary lumberjack with weird facial hair.
So scary.
and speaking of the BN,
Is that why he can't cut very well either?
This the spooky plants came from the BNBBC or the Bates
Hey, you guys have
Nursery
3
Botanical
minutes.
Boot Camp.
You have
Thank you,
3
three.
minutes.
Getting real hairy
You have less than 3
Okay,
minutes.
now he
Man, he's getting
all right.
into it.
All right.
Gryffindor gets
Safety.
5 points for that. Okay, all
Safety
right.
helmet with a
Nerd.
shield.
Style points.
Style points count. The Russian judge will have a different point of view on that, I'm sure.
Oh, I thought we were going to have chainsaws.
Chainsaws. would
Now
work.
that would be an interesting
That would've
pumpkin
been
carving thing.
Wild.
As-
Is this gonna work?
No, it's not.
Michael, why are you being so ugly right now?
Pay attention to
He's
your
not
work.
a spooky guy.
He's not. It's because he's so scared right now.
Oh, there goes some more guts flying across the room as we move
I
along.
feel like
We're
Ben's
approaching
more
the 2 minute
I feel like
mark.
Ben's more
2
technical than Rose.
2 minute warning coming up here. As they're bringing it down to the wire. Now, we'll go into the hurry up offense. All right, call your plays as you're going out there. And then we're going to go to the left with Henry, and then we're going to go to the right with Henry, and then we're going to go to the left with Henry, and then we're going to throw one down the middle to AJ. So as we go along here, 1 minute 47 seconds. 1 minute 45 seconds. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure.
Hand cramp.
Okay, right.
Whoa, you're breaking the tools over
I
here.
am.
We
I
have-
got so into it. Okay.
They have two timeouts remaining, but they cannot use them at this point in time. Okay, she's reached in. She's reached into the
I'm
pumpkin.
going for it.
Hey, your hair is invading my space here.
Okay, well, it is a
Listen,
hair
you have-
versus hair match, Ben.
I hope they use anesthesia on these pumpkins when they
my gosh.
lobotomized them.
There's
Oh, that
pumpkin
might be a
flying
penalty.
towards
How
me.
much time do we have?
You
1
have
minute,
1 minute,
10 seconds.
11 seconds and counting.
Okay. I'm
Take-
not scared anymore.
She's not scared.
She got that mouth out.
got the mouth out.
Actually, that looks like a fairly awful design on Cary's pumpkin.
Wow.
That's a bold move there.
Michael. You're going to get words later.
You're wasting your time, dude.
I told you I was going to do the
48 seconds.
I told you I was going to do the heel commentator, and Ben's over there.
5 seconds.
Ben's over there carving into his like a kindergartner scribbling on paper.
It's a belly to back suplex.
A souffle. I like that.
Oh, hey, Gordon Soley, man. You got to go old school. Florida wrestling.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Come on, Ben.
You're
fine.
30.
Ben, you're supposed to be a lumberjack. That means you're supposed to be strong. You should have been done by now.
I'm done. Now I'm just cleaning.
Some lumberjacks.
Cleanliness is
have a softer
a
side.
key. 14
You
seconds.
even got the rotten
13
pumpkin man
seconds.
after you was talking crap about wanting it.
She gave me the unrotten side.
5 seconds. 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
4, 3,
2, 1.
Boom.
Yes.
As we go.
So spooky.
Do we turn it at the same time?
Well,
Oh, you had your headphones off for that.
It doesn't matter if you turn them around or not. They're probably
You got
bad.
in the zone.
All right. Are you
This
ready?
isn't the right top.
Leave the top off because you can see it glows.
now,
Or put
did
it on.
anyone think to bring their candle? Oh.
Of course.
We can remedy that.
So, someone dropped their phone in with the flashlight on.
We'll have to just
Will
set
that
the pumpkins on fire.
Oh, I didn't mean for real, but it's,
I'm going to see.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody got quiet.
Well, we can't kill the lights inside the pumpkin. We cannot in the studio. So, all right. Now, first, Cary, since you had you will bring your pumpkin. Gnarly.
that's actually really good.
Got some Jack. Got
Do
a
you see
Joker.
all the
Joker
teeth?
face.
Here, let me
yes.
take the phone out. That might you might be able to see it better. Oh,
Put the
There
top
we
on, Cary.
go.
Maybe it'll make shadows in
I
the
like the
inside.
spooky eyes.
There we
Nice.
go.
And
Yeah.
now the leopard jaw.
there's
though,
not
Michael.
supposed to be teeth. It got into a fight and it lost them.
Okay.
But the Ben's pumpkin, what's Ben's look like?
Alrighty. And as we turn it around,
Give it to me, Benny. Oh,
he carved a tree.
I did a Christmas
it
pumpkin.
Who does a Christmas pumpkin?
That is now originality has come around.
I see the
here.
presents.
That doesn't jive.
I
buddy.
detect a presence in this room.
I don't know. We're torn here. We're going to have to go. Okay, we're going to call Cary A.
To me,
Are you traditionalist?
to me, Cary wins by default because she's the only one that actually did something Halloween themed.
Well, carving
It's on a pumpkin.
Yes,
It is on a pumpkin. It's still scary.
I mean, they do the rock. They do all these other faces.
I'm a lumberjack. I had to do a tree.
There you go.
There's some Christmas
So there's a
horror.
theme.
Now, had that been the Bates Nursery and Garden Center logo, like I thought it was going to be when you turn around, that's a different story. But I mean,
Oh, that would have been good.
Now he could have just had a sticker as
Maybe
it goes
just the
along.
acronym.
All righty, now Tyler, what would be your vote for the winner of the first edition of the pumpkin carving contest of the At Home Show?
Are we going around the room?
We're going to go around the room.
Okay.
You'll go first.
Can't vote for yourself,
right.
Cary.
It's just
It's hard.
Cary's
They're
is-
both so good.
yeah, they're good.
Look
but
what I did to
Ben's
my knife,
idea
though.
is great.
I think Tyler's.
Oh my
Cary.
god!
Broke a knife.
All right. I think I might have to go with Caroline's just because I love a good jack-o'-lantern face.
Okay.
But as far as
It's
like
pretty good jack-o'-lantern.
like bonus points
Yours
to
is
Ben
good, too.
for bucking the trend
He's a rebel.
and thinking outside the.
He's
the
outside
gourd.
the box. Outside the
that's-
gourd. Very good. Okay, Michael, your vote will come next. So that's one for Cary.
I mean,
Like,
even though
this is like Survivor. One for Cary, none for Ben.
even with me not liking Halloween that much, I'm still a traditionalist. You can't put a Christmas tree on a pumpkin. That's like it's like listening to Christmas music before Monday.
Okay, well,
So
that-
I'm-
You
my vote
can,
goes-
and Ben did.
Decorations
My
are up
vote
in
goes.
Kroger.
My vote goes to Cary.
I was
okay,
gonna say
so that's 2 votes, Cary.
there is Christmas
No
at Lowe's
votes,
right
Ben.
now.
Okay.
It's Christmas has been low since August.
All right, Austin.
So it's-
Okay.
Okay, I mean, Cary went traditional, which I like, and it's a very toothy grin. I agree with. Ben is My boy, he likes to think outside of the box, which I love.
Yes.
He puts Christmas trees on pumpkins, which is random, but
It's a redwood. It's not even a
it's
Christmas.
a redwood. I know,
there's
that's a good
gifts
point.
below it,
And there's gifts below.
It's great.
Yeah.
You
Hold it
know,
up so they can
I'm
see
such
the
a tree lover. My vote goes to Benny.
Okay. All right. So it's 2
right.
votes, Cary. 1 vote, Ben.
Oh, so it comes down to Josh.
Well, see, we're kind of going to have a problem here because
Scaring him with yours.
I'm going with Ben.
He's doing it
So
on
we
purpose.
have,
Hold
we
on.
have, we have a tie. So
pumpkin?
we're going to have a response
Are
from
we gonna carve the
someone
other
in the
side?
audience to break the tie. Mr. Bates is probably laying down, so that's a good thing. We don't want him messing up. But Yard Boy, I know you're out there watching. Yard Boy, give us a quick text. Give us a quick call. Give us a quick something, because we're going to need to have a tiebreaker, and I can think of no one better to break a tie than the Yard Boy, the official Yard Boy. And
Well, it just so happens to be on the phone right now.
Isn't that amazing how that happens? Yard Boy, it's 2 votes, Cary. 2 votes, Ben. Now, you've seen this artwork that has been done. Now, Cary went traditional. Ben went outside the box and the gourd. What is your vote? Who will be the first annual champion pumpkin carver on the At Home Show this week? Well, yep.
Yard Boy, are you there, bub?
Well, he was there. Now he's
Did he
also
get scared and
No,
leave?
it says it's connected.
okay. Well, he's probably
Hold
out
on.
mowing.
How about now? You there?
Yard Boy?
Hello.
Yard Boy.
Let me call you
It's like
back.
Beetlejuice.
Okay, well, he may be giving a hint because he has made a post to the At Home Show with Josh Cary and David Bates Facebook page, and he's commenting.
Oh.
He's commenting.
I'm here now.
Okay.
There you are. Now, Corey, 2 votes,
You
Cary.
called me from an unidentified number. You know how?
No, that's my official That's my official territory manager.
That's
with
the
Pennington
bat.
number.
Okay, so you're trying to be incognito on.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
that's the bat phone now.
Trying to get around my call screener.
Okay. Yeah. Corey, 2 votes, Cary. 2 votes, Ben. You have the deciding vote. What do you
Okay.
think?
It's up to you.
I am going to go with one that it looks empty-headed with some messed up teeth and very closely resembles the folks of Petersburg. I'm going with the smiley face.
The smiley Cary.
Good
Okay.
choice. Good choice.
Cary wins. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
In court.
Halloween Queen.
Now,
Absolutely.
that pumpkin will be available for you to pick up if you decide to run up here and the win.
Yes, it's all yours.
It will be a prize. These 2 will be displayed today at the Garden Center, so we'll put them out there. Maybe put that semi-rotten one out front and let it get wet. But Corey, Yard Boy, thank you for participating
Yes, sir.
in the show this morning.
Go Braves.
Go Braves.
Yes, sir. Go Braves. Absolutely. How's this Cardinals doing, by the way?
I think they're sitting at home. They went to the World Series too,
Yeah,
but they
they
just had to buy a ticket. All righty.
I'm not going to cheer for
All right,
the
what do you got?
Astros.
I'm not going to cheer for the Astros either. Bunch of cheaters. Okay, folks. Cary, Ben, well done.
Thank you.
Amazing. You, if we had a crown, we would give it to you, Cary. So, what might have happened with these pumpkins because they grew so large and beautiful? You think that perhaps someone had earth mix in their garden
Maybe.
to grow?
Likely.
Wouldn't really pumpkins take a lot of space to grow, though, don't they? So so you would have to put your landscape out there and just till it in. Maybe some amendments that were going along with it. It'd be amazing to get it growing through there. And I know David would want us to advise you to go to the earthmix.com page and find out where you can get it. You just a dealer locator. You can get it in Ohio. You can get it in Illinois and Kentucky, I believe, all over Tennessee, down in Chattanooga. Go out there and find it because I use it. I think it's a great stuff. And Michael, you wanted to say something?
Real fast. Alita Robertson voted for Ben's.
Oh, okay.
But then Donna Crowley said Cary.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
So she's still one.
Still one.
Yeah, still one.
Well, I mean, the official, it came down. So, I mean, the official judging has closed, but you can continue to choose. Oh, he's added the hatchet.
Oh.
Okay.
Ben.
Okay, I won't take back any late votes.
Okay. Don't take them back, but folks, get some earth mix.
Now that does change things,
It does.
but it's too late. It's
Revote.
That was an external prop.
It's a think piece.
It's a fake piece.
It's a think piece.
Okay. But folks, get some earth mix when you can. Find it out there at your local dealer. It's easy to find. It's everywhere in Middle Tennessee. And it's good stuff. I use it exclusively for everything that we go along with it. Neat thing about it is that here at Bates, you can get it and you can pull a pickup truck up or your trailer and you can get much of it as you can haul away with it. It's got a good price too. All right, folks, we're coming down. We've got a few more minutes here. Cary, did we have any other questions?
We do. We've got 2 more questions.
Okay.
We
Let's
can
get 'em.
fly on through them. Sorry, my Instagram is
We get
moving.
flies
Like
on them. We get flies.
Yes.
Flies on the pumpkins.
Flies on. Flies on a pump.
Corey didn't like the axe. He said penalty, unauthorized utilizations of property.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this comes from Fergie Hill Farm. How do I train my Monstera to grow upward instead of outward?
You need a Monstera pole. You need
There
a, you
you
need a
go.
moss pole. I know this
Josh
question.
ago. Moss pole will work. They will attach their aerial roots to it and grow up. You can also just prune it back, which is what I do. I'll leave some nodes. You can stick them in water, and then it'll regrow, and then that growth will start to grow upward instead of kind of out and down.
And we discussed at the moss poles, you could actually just take some PVC pipe and you can buy that core, that coconut core or whatever it is, the moss that's around it. You sell it here at the nursery. Well, a little bit of hot glue and a sharp pair of scissors. I think you could make your own.
You can absolutely make your
easily
own. I
do it.
also like just a good rough board in there. It'll attach to that too. So it doesn't have to be a moss pole, just something that those aerial roots can attach to as it grows.
Old piece of pallet and just break it off into a rough
There you
sawn
go.
pallet.
Yeah, that would actually be perfect. It would look very Pinterest too.
Rustic.
So.
Okay.
And then our final question comes from Kelly Rue 3. She asked, my bulbs and containers always get mushy. Do I have to cover pots over winter?
Yeah, you need to keep them out of the rain if they're getting mushy on you. So up underneath the porch, something to get them out of the rain. We have really wet winters here. I've got troubles with that myself if I leave pots, especially of like pansies, over the wintertime outside and exposed to the rain. They can tend to stay a little wet. So anything you can do to get them out of that winter rain will help out with those mushy bulbs.
I hate it when my bulbs get mushy.
Me too.
But drainage in that pot is probably
Crucial.
Crucial. So I mean, that sounds like they don't have enough in that pot, I wouldn't think. So depends on what kind of bulb it is too, wouldn't it?
Well, the bulbs aren't using any water over the wintertime at all. They're laying dormant, so they don't have any foliage to really take up that water and use it. So it just sits there and doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, certainly a drain hole is going to be needed, but keep it out of those winter rains as much as you can. Even put it in the garage if you want to.
Yeah, we got La Nina coming this year, so I think that we're going to be a little wetter and a little cooler than we normally are. All righty, folks. Any final thoughts this week on the Halloween edition of the At Home Show?
Is anybody going to dress up on Sunday?
Oh,
I know Austin is. Don't you have a family costume?
We do.
oh,
Me and my family.
Uh-oh, what's it going to be?
We're going as the Grinch family. My daughter, my oldest daughter, my 5-year-old, she's super into the Grinch. Always has. So
Like
she's
the
going to be the
Christmas
Grinch.
Grinch?
Yes, the Christmas Grinch. I know.
Okay.
So she's going to
Another
be the
Christmas
Grinch.
crossover.
There we
I know.
yes.
My middle daughter, Marley, is going to be Cindy Lou Who,
Cindy Lou
which
Who.
she almost looks like Cindy Lou Who. She's huge, round eyes.
Got the thing on top of her.
She does. She's
Okay.
got the hair. We
Yeah.
can make that happen. She's so she's doing that. My youngest, which is my 1-year-old Penny, she is going to be Max the dog.
Oh my goodness.
Obviously, me and my wife are going to be the parents of Cindy Lou Who. So yeah, the whole theme. It's going to be fun.
Adorable. And then Ben, you guys are what?
We are Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood.
I thought you said Little Red Rotten Hood.
I saw one
Well, with this
again.
pumpkin.
I saw one dad took his 3 young daughters, and they're going to go as the A Game of Its Own. You know, the movie about the
A League of Their Own.
A League of Their
Oh,
Own. Yeah, A League of Their
I
Own.
love that movie.
I love that movie
Yeah.
too. That's a
Had
good
them all
movie.
three. Had them all three in the pink outfits, and he was dressed up as the coach. It was the absolute bomb.
Sam's going to be a dinosaur, and
No
I want to
kidding.
be a Jurassic Park park ranger. I got a T-shirt. That's
All
And then and the Australian safari hat thing.
Yep.
And then Catherine is going to be, I guess, a dinosaur too. So
Dinosaur also.
yeah, Mama Dinosaur, Mamasaurus.
Mamasaurus.
Somebody's got to be
Mamadon.
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah, you gotta have Jeff.
Well, there's not enough cool in my family for that. So.
All righty, folks.
You can try.
Big Dave, if you're watching, lay back down.
Rest up.
Stay
yes.
down, and we'll be here for you, folks. Thank you for participating in this. We've had a great time today. I don't know if anybody else did, but we had one heck of a good time with this edition of the At Home Show. Next Saturday we'll come back and do it again. Maybe we won't carve pumpkins. Maybe it'll be potatoes or like potato guns or something. I don't know, but we'll be here for you. Good job, team, and thank you. We'll see you here from the Green Room Studio at